Good morning and welcome back to another episode of The Morning Show. It's your girl Ray P back with my co-host, amazing co-host, second chair, road dog friend. I wouldn't dare say B Mike because it's
You know,
really a
I'm
show.
compared to you. I'm a B Mike,
You're
the
too
consummate A Mike, which is you.
you're too
A proud B Mike. On top of that, all right, it's my
Shout out to
honor.
you guys. Welcome back.
Unlike Yanko, I will always sit next to you in this chair.
Bruh. Can't wait to talk about it.
Bradley moving funny in the light. I think I'm
Is
out on
she?
Bradley.
Huh?
She's not, but man, I just we'll talk about it. We'll talk about
Get into it.
it. The morning show. We're back.
We're
As
back.
Rachel just mentioned,
Mhm.
we appreciate your patience as we had a little bit of a break, but we're here to talk about the past episodes
Yes.
6 and 7. Those episodes are titled If Then and Person of Interest. There will be spoilers and explicit content. We appreciate you for tuning in. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, leave a comment. We will include you in the episode. Just want to point out that episode 6 was directed by Millicent Shelton. Episode 7 was directed by Miguel Arteta. Episode 6 was written by Xander Lehman, and episode 7 was written by Bill Kennedy. Synopsis for episode 6: Stella prepares for a make or break 2024 games presentation during tense talent negotiations. And the synopsis for episode 7 is Yanko and Bradley's loyalties are tested when Claire resurfaces. A lot of action going on, a lot of moving and shaking. Interesting, like the episodes were they didn't really have overlap. They're kind of separate. We kind of see Stella's last hurrah.
Yeah.
And then we get back into the wave of what's going on with TMS. Rachel, as you watch episodes 6 and 7, a lot of explosive events, a lot of things to talk about. What were your opening thoughts going back through those 2 episodes?
I enjoyed both of these episodes for different reasons. Obviously, we are saying goodbye to Stella for real. For real, she left on that jet plane, and we will not be seeing her again. Um, people really be talking to these chat GPT and these AI things. I think that was a foreboding to the rest of the world that one, these are machines. They are recording everything. You guys are getting advice and confiding, and it's very weird. And I would admonish you all to go talk to the lady, opposed to this device, so that you are not implicated in a racial epithet.
Facts.
Because your biases have slipped out to this machine that does not have the emotional intelligence to differentiate and navigate what you're saying and push back accordingly, because it is a machine. This is why they say, uh, you have to have the arts, not just STEM. You have to do the other classes because you still need so much besides what's in your field at the collegiate level. We Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say to your point about AI. There's a lot to be said about AI and
Hmm.
the dangers to the environment and everything else.
Hmm.
The one thing you can confirm is it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's being used, so it's kind of a catch-22. There are people who are still trying to go on the side of I don't want to use AI, but it's here and it's going to be a part of the future. However, when it doesn't work, when it's not programmed properly, it can be very, very tricky and very, very scary.
For
It's
sure.
one of those weird situations where it's good if it works properly, but we know how technology is. It doesn't always work that way. And to your point, it does keep track of every single thing
Hmm.
without you noticing. This isn't like a fresh prompt.
Right.
Everything you enter is now in their system and they feel like they know who you are.
Yeah.
Um, and there are times where I've used Chat GPT to like kind of make a schedule. Like
Mm.
I'll use it as like, hey,
I'm triggered. Good.
I know, right? Nah, it just happened to me, and it was like an oh shit moment. And that's why when you said it, I was like, damn, because I've been really trying to wake up at 5 a.m. to get a workout in, like just to work out, start my day. And I was like, you know what? Because ChatGPT, because it is more tailored to you, sometimes I think people like using that versus Google. I could easily Google like best routines to wake up at 5 a.m. But ChatGPT might be tailored, but you forget how tailored it is. So when I mentioned it, I said something that was like, "Ooh, as somebody who has 5 podcasts, that might be difficult." And I'm like, "Yo!" Like they literally spit that out and like, "But we can help you with this." And I'm like, "Yo, that shit's kind of weird."
Got my gates.
Yeah, that shit kind of weird, right? And there is so that kind of threw me off. And it recalls something. I came out with like a workout and meal plan for like some fitness goals, and it remembered like my height and measurements. I was talking about something else completely, and they said, "Well, considering your height and your weight, this could be a possibility." And it was just one of those, "Whoa, what the fuck is going on?" moments. Makes you want to delete everything. But the
Terrifying.
real thing, it is. But the real thing that you said that point, well, that made me think was there was a trend on TikTok. I'm not really active on TikTok. I have a TikTok, but I'm not on there. I know there was a trend going on about like therapy GPT, where people
Yeah,
were using these prompts and using Chat GPT as a therapist. And I thought that was kind of nuts. Like I
yeah.
get it, but I thought it was nuts. Either way,
This is
a
not
lot
an
of stuff going on.
can be. Hello, better help.
And if you've been following the morning show, they always keeping up with what's really going on. We just talked about the deep dive earlier with Alex. There's all types of stuff that we have to be weary of, and if we're not careful, here we go. So go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You must be careful. And you're right. AI is not going anywhere. That is where we are. But however, use it responsibly. Um, I don't think that we need to dry up all the water and poison the water in Memphis so you can put a unicorn head on your face.
Yeah, and if that's ridiculous, and if you don't know what Rachel's talking about, then do some research. We're not going to talk about it here, but the environmental impacts that it does have
For sure.
is a real thing, and it's not, like I said, it's not going away. It feels like with everything else in the world, it's going to get worse before it gets better, and it's
Sure.
kind of where we are. So protect your own peace and take it from there. But as I watched episode 7 and 8, some very entertaining pieces of television,
Mhm.
the Stella of it all, and just her downfall was just so unexpected. There's not too many times where I'm watching something, especially a show like the morning show,
Mhm.
which isn't, I don't know, is the morning show prestige TV, Rachel? Or is it
Yes.
just really good TV? Okay, so it's prestige TV. That's cool. It's not too many like OMG
Mhm.
jaws on the floor moments. But when that AI started talking and mentioned Miles and mentioned how she stepped over people, because if you do remember, Stella dead ass had that woman look up a drink off the table to
For
get what
sure.
she wanted. Like, so everything was real. And it all came out to the front of it. And then in episode 8, Bradley has a moral dilemma. And
Mhm.
Bradley has a secret that really nobody else knows about outside of Corey. I don't even
Yeah.
know if Corey knows about the feds and her deal with the feds. I really can't recall who. And
Yes.
he does.
I don't think he does.
Yeah,
He
I don't think
obviously,
anybody does.
yeah, obviously he knows that she turned herself in, but he doesn't know how she's not in jail. Remember the conversation that they had during their blow up.
Yeah. So it was a probably my favorite Yanko episode
Okay.
in all of the seasons.
Okay.
Like just seeing Yanko in this space, and like Yanko was a real adult and
Mhm.
mature person. I, I like that he kind of realized where he was standing where his feet were.
Yeah.
Um, Instead of thinking about some alternative, I think the idea of Claire possibly floated around his mind, but it actually helped him realize that his girl was really, really where he really
Where
wanted to
he
be.
needed to be, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was the best thing for it. And it doesn't mean that you can't love someone and want to help them, but you also can recognize when your moment has passed and this is just
Yeah,
what it is.
for sure.
Since we have this bond, since we have this connection, I'm gonna do everything I can for you. But it doesn't mean that I'm gonna romanticize it And I think that was very evident. And I guess we can just start talking about it.
Mhm.
Very evident when Claire first shows up in episode 8. And actually, you know what? Let's go back to episode 7. Let's not get into it yet. I'll
Okay.
save it. I'll save it. I'll save
Okay.
it. Because I won't forget that thought. Let's talk
Mhm.
about Stella first, since Stella's no longer in the picture.
Yes.
We found out the previous episode, this would have been episode 5, that
Mhm.
Celine knows about
Yes.
this affair. Corey told her to get everything going. And then we start this episode with Stella just having a rough go at it.
Yeah.
AI, which is a $250 million investment, is not working properly.
Crazy.
It's failing, and Celine is on her ass. Now, Celine
Mhm.
knows, but she is keeping those cards close to the vest.
Mhm.
She is not saying anything. Chris, after her appearance on Bro's podcast,
Mhm.
her stardom is skyrocketing.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm underpaid. I need a new deal. And she is threatening to skip O24, skip the Olympics if she does not have a deal in place. The goal is to maybe get Bro.
Is it Chris
Instead
or
of
is it Mia?
It's Mia. It's Mia. But they as a tandem. I'm sure Chris wants to go back, but remember, Chris just had an issue where she felt like nobody was looking out for her best interest.
Yeah.
I think with Mia stepping in for that, and I didn't ask you this last week, and I know we're past it, but I did want to know your thoughts on, if you were Mia, would you have even recommended Chris to go on Bro's show? Is that something you would have even pitched to her?
If I were Mia, no, but I understand why, because it is
You
the
understand why
biggest
she
show in
didn't?
the network, and
Yeah,
I've not had the opportunity to speak my piece elsewhere.
that's
So
fair. And
I'm
there's
gonna
a
keep
lot of
house in-house as possible.
that's fair. And
Mhm.
even though Mia didn't know where and didn't owe UBN anything, that was kind of the smart play. Get on. That's like going on Rogan. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody, Rogan has such a big platform that is, as they say, you can't even compare. You can't even compete. Like, you can't even use his numbers against any other podcast. It's that much of an anomaly.
Which
That's
is
just how popular his podcast is. Which is, I don't know, whatever. But that it is what it is. Stella wants Bro, but she also knows, hey, Bro will never get approved by the committee.
Mhm.
Like, let's just tell him
Yeah.
that he can go ahead and be a part of all of this. And then when it actually gets time to go to Paris, we won't make it happen.
But Bro is not dumb.
Bro is not done, which we found out a lot between these 2 episodes. Because Bro goes to Alex, says, what you think's gonna happen in November? Mind you, remember at the beginning of the season, we're reminded that we're in spring of 2024.
Mhm.
Right? This isn't in real time, so this is before the 2024 election. And Bro says, "Man, America wants new voices. I want to do the debate,"
Yeah.
which sounds crazy,
Crazy.
but when you look at what is going on in the world, in the country,
Mhm.
it's really not that far off.
Yeah.
It's really not that far off. Like, there's a lot of things that are happening that I just never thought would happen. I guess that's a part of getting older
Yeah.
and realizing, you know what? Never say never. So we know Bro's not done. We know he sees a long game, and we even know that Bro is like, look, I know what y'all trying to do.
Mhm.
Like, y'all trying to get me here by promising me this, but I know there's more avenues I need to go through, which is why I want to guarantee right now you're going to do everything in your power to get me on that debate.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anything about, hey, committee said this, committee said that. No, I want the guarantee now, because otherwise I'm not turning my back on Chris. I'm not going to bail her. I'm not going to bail out on her like that.
Yeah.
Which was also very interesting, because we know Bro has no loyalty to the company, but he still, maybe because Chris was on his show, he felt like, I'm not going to backdoor her like that in that sense.
I'm not going to backdoor her, and my shit did numbers, because it is probably still doing numbers because of her appearance. And I sympathize and empathize with her. We learned, our initial interaction with Bro is that he is a dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want he's not the UBN prototype.
Yeah.
He's not as buttoned up. He is sort of a loose cannon. He is right wing antics. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it is surprising, but we learn he has a story. He is a victim of abuse. He is somebody who pretty much got it out the mud for all intents and purposes. And whatever I might think about your politics, people who are able to do that, who can catch the grift,
Mm-hmm.
they caught it.
Yeah, they caught it. They caught it. I'll talk more about bro as we
Mhm.
get into it, but I want to talk about the Stella and Miles of it all. Not the end of the episode, but kind of before. So it seems like they had, even though we've only seen it on screen in this scene, maybe a couple other instances, Miles kind of called her out on what she was doing.
Yeah.
Like, you like the idea of us, but you would never get on that plane.
Mhm.
And what I mean is Staples. I was thinking of Naples and thinking of Stella. Um, Stella went and said, we can catch a flight to Naples and just kind of disappear. As she's trying to book it, Miles like, hold on, talk to me. What's going on? And
Yeah.
she kind of pours her heart out about, um, running away together. Why did you choose me? Miles was like, we chose each other.
Mhm.
This is kind of how it panned out. And that's not good enough for Stella. You married into it. And it did feel like, you know what? I feel like I'm getting too close. I want to push you away. And that's what Miles said. You like the idea of it, but you'll never get on that plane. Like,
Mhm.
that'll never happen. And Stella, a little traumatic in my opinion. Have a nice life. Don't call me anymore. Miles is kind of like, all right, I done heard this 7 times the
Yeah.
past 3 days. You know what I mean? This ain't nothing to me. I know
Mhm.
it ain't going. I know you're not going anywhere. I know this is just our normal banter, normal routine, and you don't really think anything of it until bro backs out of 024,
Mhm.
and now they're left with just Alex. And
Yeah.
remember, Celine said you better have somebody of importance on that stage with Alex.
Mhm.
Otherwise, shit may go down. So Stella has the bright idea, knowing that AI is not fully working,
That it doesn't work.
knowing that it doesn't work, thinks that, you know what, I can just wing this. We've all been there, right? We've all either had a test, a
My lord.
presentation, a recording, maybe
This
that we
podcast.
weren't that we weren't fully prepared for. But you know what? I trust my skills, and I
Yeah.
trust that we can at least make it. We can make it doable. All right, we can put out some decent content, give the
Mhm.
people what they want for a little bit, and then go on about our day and work
Yeah.
towards the next product.
Yeah.
We've all been there, and it doesn't go like that. Stella is talking to AI, and at first it's cool. We see
Mhm.
Stella on screen, we see it talking, we see it making some little snappy jokes. Cool. But as you said, Rachel, AI remembers everything. And there was a scene earlier where she's really kind of confessing her feelings, which
Mhm.
is wild. Go see a therapist. Go talk about this to somebody who has an actual obligation to not repeat any of this information. You know,
A diary.
get a diary, do something,
Mhm.
right? Do what do they do? There's some people that say journal and then burn the pages.
Yeah.
Like, whatever you need to do. I feel like you make a lot of money. I'm sure you can afford some good therapists, especially in New York, whatever the case is. Um, we saw earlier in episode 7, Chip talked to a reporter. I think his name is Kabir.
Mhm.
And Chip needs to get some information. And Kabir needs some information in exchange. So Chip goes to see Mia.
Yeah.
He gets some information about, hey, UBN is trying to lowball Chris compared to her white counterparts. Well,
Mhm.
perfect opportunity to bring this up at 024.
Yeah.
Stella has no idea how to answer this, so the AI decides to step in and answer for her, and
Crazy.
it goes south. And not only does it talk about DEI being dead and her stepping over people who look like her to get to where she wants or to where she
Mhm.
is, and kind of revolving to this standard straight white male, um, patriarchy
Mhm.
that runs everything in legacy media.
Yeah.
But it also mentions, hey, do I even have the capability to love? We should ask Miles.
Mm.
And the pan to Celine's face. Who knew?
Bruh. Bruh.
But sometimes it felt like one of those. I was going to expose all this, but I couldn't. This is like a gift from the heavens
Yeah,
above.
and you heard her afterwards. She said she did it to herself,
She did.
which makes me think Celine had some sadistic shit up her sleeve. Like she wasn't just going out like that.
Hey, listen. I think Celine was focused on this just shows you how cold of a gangster Celine is.
Mhm.
Celine was like, listen, I can slow walk this. You out of here, but it ain't gotta be right now. Those are the people I'm scared of.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
not scared of the people who run off emotion. You can tell what's going on there. You can predict that. I'm scared of the ones that held on to the information for 8 months.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, by the way, I knew all about this shit. Nigga, go on about yourself.
Now
And
she said,
Celine was, hey, she sat on it. She sat on it while Stella was sitting on Miles.
"Oh, Jesus."
Celine was sitting on that information. Because there was no inkling, and she just made little subtle comments. Remember, grabbing her by the leg. I just feel so close to you lately.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really want to make Stella feel uncomfortable.
Not my Eskimo
And
sister.
like you said, shout out to Eskimo sisters. Shout out to Eskimo brothers. Um, yeah, she did it to herself. Called an emergency board meeting. Let's get her up out of here.
And that was that. So here is Stella prepared for now, for real, for real. She's been humiliated.
Mm-hmm.
This conference, O2, we needed this to go well. And it is solely my fault that it hasn't. Excuse me. It's solely my fault that it hasn't. Miles, I'm ready to get on that plane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to disappear. Calgon, take me away. And we see Miles dotting, dotting,
Thumbs up it.
thumbs up it. I'm sitting here. And at first, okay, I'm here. Hey. I'm at H1. I'm ready.
Um, just the personal note. When those thumbs up start coming in, that's when I know. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the thumbs up.
You're
Just
not
not a fan of it. Just feels very,
dismissive.
very dismissive. And especially when I'm at the airport, just got to the airport. I need a okay on my way.
Yeah.
All right, be there in 30. I need something a little bit more than a thumbs up, especially when this airport visit means that we're running off together. You're
Right.
leaving your marriage.
Correct.
So she should have known something was up.
I think that she did, but she was so dejected from the O2 debacle of it all. She couldn't see it because she needed Miles in that moment. And this is the thing, we've watched Stella be an ice queen for the most part. You know what I'm saying? She's not super emotive. Yes, I'm sleeping with my boss's husband. Even how she deals or dealt with Mia, we saw her shed a couple tears after the fact, but she's not super expressive. Her emotions for the most part don't get the best of her. And so I think because of the scenario, she couldn't see what was happening. And maybe in part because she didn't want to see what was happening. But here we are. So she's sitting in the airport. Boarding is complete.
Yeah.
There's nobody left here in the terminal but me, or at the gate but me. And Maya says, I'm sorry. I love my wife. He don't say I love my wife, but I'm sorry. Can't do it.
All you get is a sorry is I'm crazy. You threw it all on the line just for an I'm sorry text. Not even a call. Let's flash back. Or let's cross scenes over, actually. Let's get to what led to that I'm sorry text. We see Miles. Miles had the bag packed with the passport out. He was ready.
Yeah.
And Celine pulls up and talks about, listen, I loved you even when it was hard.
And
What
that's
you
a
gonna
real
do?
thing. That's a real thing, because here's a cheater is gonna cheat. Whatever. What has Celine done or not done? What's different about Celine? We know she's a billionaire. They're evil. Okay. You knew that going into it. She has the network now as essentially her pet project. Maybe her focus is there. You don't get as much attention, but You know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is that I'm not even super surprised that you out here fucking. But Stella? Hmm. Interesting choice. I'm not saying I pulled you up from the mud. I'm not saying that. But I gave up a lot for this relationship, for this marriage. I sacrificed relationships um
With my
with my
family.
family, with my connections in order for this to work. And I talk to people all the time like about success in relationships, and it calls for sacrifice. What did you sacrifice for me, Miles?
That's the question.
If you want to leave me, okay, but is this how you want to do it?
In the middle of the night,
In the middle
sneaking out
of
of your studio.
I've done nothing to that we know of now. That we know of. I've done nothing to you. And this how you gonna do me? Let's be very real.
I know the way a nigga living was whack, but she don't get a
Oh,
nigga
wait a
back
minute.
like that.
You ain't that in love with Stella. Like to play me to the left like this. Let's be very serious about all of this. To give
I
up
just want to.
all of this. Yeah, Stella got a couple dollars. She ain't got this.
Yeah, I'm legacy. I'm big time. Like my money ain't never leaving. It don't matter what happened. It don't matter what scandal hit. And I'm powerful. I'm throwing shit away. Corey came out with me some shit. I asked that nigga, what you want, bro?
Come on.
Cause I got bread and power and influence and pull and weight. And I'm smart. Cause guess what? I got that CEO shit that I was talking to Corey about.
And I'm potentially vindictive.
100%.
And your little name on the art scene can be easy come, easy go. Yes, you're talented, but in the highest of keys, my connections and my people made you hot. This could go one of two ways. And
Hey,
Miles chose the smart bet. He had to do what he had to do, and that means staying with his wife.
have to. It's the only thing to do.
Do
It's the
we
only thing to do.
do we see Miles at all in the last few episodes?
I don't see what purpose that would have. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, I don't understand what else his purpose would be. I'm not saying he's done with the series,
Hmm.
but I think that Stella was the big driving piece for his character. Like,
For,
you have to give us more of his story
for
if that's
sure.
the case, and I think that would be cool. I think we all would be here for it. I just don't know if that's actually going to be something that the writing room wants to get into. So we'll see. We'll see how that works. We'll
Okay.
see how that works. But I definitely would like to see more of Miles, and I just like Aaron Pierre as an actor, and I think he's an interesting character. But pivoting to his own solo storyline would be a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
It has
Yeah.
to be more as you can tie it in with Celine. I would love to see a conversation between him and Celine as they navigate this.
Hmm.
But Celine, so she's so much of a boss that she don't let shit like that really phase her. Like I could see this happening in real life and her going out, um, kind of acting like everything cool. So we'll see.
Interesting. Okay.
Like in public, like you remember in of course you do, but The Devil Wears Prada when we find out that Meryl Streep's character is going to have another divorce,
Miranda.
and yeah,
Mhm.
Miranda has going to have a divorce, and you can see it affects her internally, and it affects her when she's in her house.
Yeah,
She thinks about those things, but you would never know that in the public eye.
for
I
sure.
just think Celine's kind of built the same way, and like I said, she told Corey, or Corey kind of figured out, oh, you want to be CEO,
Mhm. Mhm.
and here she is acting CEO now that Stella got caught up.
Yeah.
But Celine, she wanted now that's the character I want more on. She
Yeah.
cold. Like she cold. Like she for real like about that. Um also in episode 7 or episode 6, excuse me, we get the first like moment between not the moment, but we see Alex and Bro kind of share some time together.
Mhm.
When she pulls up to the comedy club, because obviously she wants to convince him to do O24.
Yeah.
And I like the little one-liner. What you doing here, Alex? Like waiting to laugh. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? They have that relationship back and forth, but there's also a little face-to-face moment where you're a little bit close, and maybe a little bit of flirting. You don't know really how to handle it. So that's going to lead into what we see in episode 8.
I was gonna say, I think that we have been watching since episode 1, Alex and Bro doing the dance.
Yeah.
And each episode it intensifies. And even if it's just a slight variation, a slight increase, but you can tell they've always had chemistry. I think that if his content were different, Alex would feel a little differently about him. I think
Mm,
aside from the fact that he's the talent, the nature of his show is a little less highbrow than Alex would like. And so that allows her to keep some distance. But you could tell from very early on that this relationship would eventually cross a line.
See, that's funny you say that because yes, the evidence is there, but for some reason I still didn't think that it was there. I just saw it as too um off-putting for Alex to even do it. I didn't even think she had an interest in someone like Bro. I thought Bro was just that annoying guy that flirts, and Bro was like the dude at the gas station that's just gonna try to holler, tell you how beautiful you are, and all
Okay.
in his own way. But I
And
didn't think she took him seriously.
when you need to pick me up,
You go to the gas station, but you ain't giving the gas station nigga your number. But you ain't giving your number. And if you do give him your number, you're not texting back.
but
That
we
was
work
just some
together.
shit to do in the moment.
You, but here's the thing. Yes, okay, gas station nigga, but we ain't at the gas station. You got my number just like I got yours. The accessibility is
There you go.
is here. It's not a factor because I can get to you just like you can get to me. Our offices are a couple floors apart. You know where I live? I You can find out where I live. I know where you live. It's not that difficult. And consider, I'm not saying it was a mercy fuck because Alex does like him. It's just not the reasonable or responsible thing to do. Consider we also got the news that
Paul and
Ava
Ava.
and Paul are shopping rings. I just got over seeing you. Yes, you moved on. We had a much needed talk, that I don't know is over, but here we are. And I'm by myself. We talked about Alex being alone. Like, all she has is work at this point. And if I want somebody to do something to make me feel good, here's this man who is attractive, who
You,
likes me. I kind of like.
you made a great point. That goes to something Alex said, I believe, in episode 8 or
Hmm.
7. Excuse me. When her and Bro are having the interview with the Times,
Hmm.
and Bro was doing his bro thing, um, which actually is just telling the truth
Hmm.
and kind of like exposing some things or kind of addressing like, hey, this needs to be out on here on the open. This company hasn't been the best place to work for.
Hmm.
Um, and Alex is upset with him. She tells him, listen, this might not mean anything to you, but I've been here for 22 years. I can't have it mean nothing.
Yeah,
I can't just say all this time meant nothing, which goes to what you just said. All I have is work.
that's
If
it.
this means nothing, then I literally have no existence.
That's it. Consider.
Husband's gone, daughter's gone,
Yep.
Paul's gone.
Yep.
Paul might have been the first sign of anybody that I was even close to outside of Mitch
Yep.
in that capacity. And Mitch was married, and it was never going to work in that way. I've never had
I
any
love
kind of
that man.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was just never going to be anything that I could have for my own in this intimate, romantic way. And
Yeah.
Bro was kind of in the show. I think did a great job. I love when they take a character from when we first meet them, and then you get 7 episodes in, and it makes you look at that character differently.
Hmm.
Kind of felt bad. I don't want to say bad, but they painted bro as somebody who was gonna hit it and quit it, and rather
Yeah.
he's the one with the feelings, and Alex is the one hitting it and quitting it.
And please note, she doesn't want to quit it. Reality has just set in.
Well, explain. What's that? What do you mean by that?
She's coming to the realization of her actions. Alex is the
Post
mother.
nut clarity? Do
Yeah,
women have post nut clarity?
for God, yes.
Okay.
Um, Alex is Alex is the big boss. She is in charge. I ethically and optically cannot be sleeping with you.
That part, yeah.
Already am coming off the Paul scandal of it all. And remember how Mia played in her face about the Paul of it all. So when she says, you can do that to Paul or you can do this and the third, I have to be especially careful with who I share my bed with because business partners make very strange bedfellows and this could go left.
Mm-hmm.
It's not responsible, ethical for me to be doing this. Now she could have just stayed and got another one. Like she didn't have a bad time now. The way she got him up out of there, I did not love that. And I think that is gonna bite her because bro's
I
gonna
got
be
thoughts. I got thoughts.
okay.
I don't want to sit here and say bro is a stand-up dude. Like as far as like
Mm-hmm.
I can see bro taking what happened and just taking it on the chin as okay, bet. That's how we moving, that's how we moving. Because remember, even when it was going down, she brings him the water. He starts making some plans, and she like, she gets kind of cold. And he's like, you know what? We can keep this on some same time next week type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't even got to be nothing that deep. But you could tell he wanted that.
Yeah.
I can see something happening where he gets pushed to the brink because there's something interesting that I want to call back to. In the interview with Kabir with the New York Times,
Mm-hmm.
Kabir pointed out like Paul Micklin, Corey Ellison,
Mm-hmm.
Mitch Kessler, you're the only person that's the constant that's still here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what does that say about you?
Yeah.
And we see, bro, call like this place is a snake pit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you trying to protect it? Maybe since Alex is the only one that hasn't fallen, maybe bro feels he needs to take it upon himself to, let's knock over this last domino. Let's show what kind of a woman Alex is. Alex slept with the talent. Now, is that a big deal? I don't think so. It is optically, but most people who work, not most people, but if you work together, sometimes you shit where you eat. You shouldn't, but I think those people spend enough time together to where things might happen, and they
Yeah.
try to just paint it off as a one-off. But I think bro was on this mission to say, you know what, I'm about to take over the world, and if that means I got a little dirt on Alex, shit, I gave you a chance. I think he might look at it as that. I gave you a chance to really like be something. You played me, and I feel like you've probably done this to other people here, and I'm going to expose it.
I would be mad as fuck at him if he did that. But I'm not close to the idea of that happening.
I just don't see. I don't see bro's character. I see him taking his losses like on the chin. He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't seem like a vindictive, like I'm gonna go expose you to the media type person. However, just in my imaginary brain,
Mm-hmm.
just thinking about this storylines wouldn't shock me because this whole Alex executive thing.
It's not really working.
No, it's not really working out. It's not really working out. It's a hard line to walk. And Alex is maybe just trying to get used to it, but it's a little bit difficult. It's a little bit difficult. So I don't know. Um, I that's something to definitely keep our eyes on in the last few episodes,
For
8, 9,
sure.
and 10 between Bro and Alex. And just see how Alex plays it. We know she's a professional, but we also know she wants to have her ways, which kind of comes to the light when there is a pizza party because there's nothing that shows employee appreciation more than a free pizza and some soda.
For sure.
Um, but Alex is there, sees Chips, and knows Chip has a relationship with Kabir and says, hey, your boy Kabir came in. He's being difficult about this. Go ahead and tell him to push this story a different way. And Chip, no. I'm setting boundaries for myself now. They know. And I don't need to tell
Why
you why.
is Chip here?
Why Chip here? Why is he singing? That is a weird thing. Chip is not an employee.
Chip is not an employee. He should not be here.
That's a very good point. Very valid point. Very valid point. You ever had this? That happens sometimes, and mostly in retail, like like smaller jobs, not like big time corporations. But I've been at retail jobs where I go to work and there's somebody in the back warehouse area that used to work there but don't work here no more and is chopping it up with the managers and cool shit. I'm like, why are they back here? They don't work here.
Hmm,
And it's weird all the way around.
for
But I
sure.
guess because everybody knows Chip, but even then. And why do you want to be there, Chip? There's not one job that I used to have where if they told me, hey, come back for this holiday. No, nigga.
And he's working on the secret story with Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else knows that. You got the one off during the plane crash because you happen to be there for that. But the fact that you are still intermingled in here, I would have you up out the building, especially if I am at Alex. Like, oh, okay, because what are you even in here for?
I've done that if I was Alex for real. Oh, you ain't want to get no information? Like you said,
Bye.
peace. You're not about to sit here and patronize me via song, via karaoke.
Yeah, get the fuck on. There's no reason for you to be here. You don't work here.
Very good point.
You don't work here. This Bradley shit, chop. And he's not even fully abreast of everything that has unfolded in regards to that. So there's really no reason to be here. And I hope that in the next episode, if he is back, Alex does put him out. Because if you're not working in the better interest of me or this company, why are you using our resources? Why are you doing anything? Sucking up our air, electricity. Go back to from whence you've came. Get the fuck on up out of here. Peace. So
Mm, yeah.
very interesting. But honestly, the biggest thing aside from Stella's blow up in all of this, truly, truly, truly is the Bradley Jackson, Claire Yanko of it all.
Do you want to talk about this now? You want to kind of go through some of the smaller miscellaneous stuff and then end with that? I'm
Uh,
down for it either way.
we could talk about whatever miscellaneous things. I don't know,
I just want to,
but
yeah,
yeah.
just real quick. Only real thing that I think is worth mentioning, since we were just talking about Chip, he's doing interviews of people in River Wolf. I think that's the name of the city, Wolf River, Ohio, a fictional place, about all this stuff that's going on, this contamination. And him and Bradley have a conversation. It's really the first time Bradley kind of mentions, like, I might pull out of this. I might be a conflict of interest. This might be too much. I don't want to get Claire too involved. And she mentioned the FBI. And Chip, once again, is like, okay, you don't have to talk to them. Like, what you shook for? We all know, but nobody else knows. So that's a part of it. And Chip pretty much tells you, like, you're too important to this. You're too important to this story for you to just back out and leave. You can't do that. The other side, the other miscellaneous item is that we do have Chris back. Chris does pull up at the holiday party.
Yes.
We see a scene earlier in the episode with Ben
Mm-hmm.
and Mia.
Mm-hmm.
And Mia is really like, I don't think Mia's ever had more fun in her life than watching the execs at the morning show squirm, knowing that she has the high hand, knowing that they kind of have to conform to what she wants to do, and we work on Chris's deal,
Yeah.
then you work on my deal.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we doing. Um, Nothing else to really say other than Chris, because of the New York Times article, which is now is a good time to mention, was really about Bro and his upbringing. You kind of talked about it. We learned more about him. He won't admit that he deflected the bad light
Mm-hmm.
off of
Alex.
Alex, but that's what he did. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he had a follow up on some, and I'm sure it was partially what he said. Listen, I'm trying to build my brand too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was serious about being on the debate stage in November. Like, I want people to look at me in a different light, not just some clown, not just some sideshow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So, the article comes out, but because of Alex's worries, she told Chris to go ahead and take over her interview. I can't think of the Iranians. Roya.
Yeah.
the royal interview, because she didn't want to be involved with it or have a bad light, especially when she's trying to seek asylum. Chris starts doing some research, falls in love with her, like, yo, I'm here for it. Does a lighthearted interview, hoping to grant her some asylum. Because Chris is like, listen, I want to do something that matters.
Yeah.
I want to do something that matters. And Alex is kind of taken aback, like, listen, it took me 20 years and a predator to get half of what you got. And Chris rightfully responds with, and I got it on the back of my stillborn baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I got here just by doing something like, with valor. I didn't get here with valor. I got here because I had to really share a hurtful time, and I opened up some wounds that other people were a part of, and people probably didn't know. And they found out this information on air or whatever the case may be. So it is what it is. So I think just having Chris back in the fold, seeing how that goes, she obviously got her deal done. But knowing that she's going to be around for the morning show along with Mia, I'm excited about that because those are obviously two of the characters that I'm very interested in seeing the most. But let's get to it, Rachel. Let's get to the Yanko Claire Bradley of it all.
Yeah, now I'm thinking though, before we do that,
yeah,
what really did you think of Mia and Ben and their conversation? I'm telling y'all, Mia, it's making me evaluate myself in corporate, but
in what way? Interesting.
She getting on my nerves. I not to do it by any means necessary. You don't.
We didn't talk about this.
Power to
we didn't talk about this. I think it's before you go. I think it's really important just for the listeners if you don't remember. At the end of episode 6, Stella writes Mia a letter, pretty much telling her, once I leave, there's going to be chaos, and that chaos is going to lead to opportunities, and I want you to take advantage of it. And she also leaves her a USB drive. We find out in this conversation with Ben that USB drive has documentation showing that UBN paid for a cover-up. They always pay for cover-ups at this point. But she has that information, and she's using it as leverage. So back to you. What is it that you think you need to evaluate, or what is it that Mia's doing that's bothering you?
And I said it before about her cutting off her nose to spite her face. While Alex is not doing the best in her role as an executive, again, I think that Alex Levy as your friend is more favorable than having her as an enemy. So yes, get your deal done. And maybe this is a problem. How you get it is going to matter. Yes, everybody misses you and you have opportunities, but I don't know. Something about it just doesn't sit well with me. And I'm not a fan of Ben. I haven't liked Ben since he got here. So that's not what I'm saying. So yes, I am still mad about this job. I understand being frustrated from being passed over. I get that. But where did you get this information? How did you get it? What does it in turn look like when shit hits the fan? I don't know. I just have a feeling that something negative is going to come out of this. And Mia's not going to be able to be covered. Obviously, with the deal getting done, we know she's still going to be around, but I don't think it's as easy as it seemed over the course of these last 2 episodes for that to happen. I think that something is going to happen.
What is Mia doing any differently than like a Corey? Do you have any issues with how Corey handles it?
Yeah, I know Corey is a snake though.
Okay.
This is a thing. So I said it's making me reevaluate. Like, do I just be going along to get along?
So, all right. So what is Mia supposed? How should Mia be handling this?
I think that Mia could have worked with Alex. You can go over Ben. You had Alex's ear. Ben ain't shit. You can tell. I felt like you probably, especially for as desperate as Alex is, you probably could have gotten even more, especially in knowing that I sabotaged your deal unintentionally, quote unquote. to get you back up over here. I can't tell you no. Let me go about it this way versus that way. Let me work within the system. Oh, look at me. Let me work within the system versus disrupting it. Corporate
Hmm.
shield. But yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
Think that I think that she could have worked with Alex and gotten even more and longer, more longevity with that and protected Chris throughout it all. You still could use the information that you got from Chip, whatever, but do it with Alex. Like, let her know, let the big boss know what it really is and what you really see, especially because we had that relationship. And again, I think that Mia is still mad at Alex, even though it really wasn't her fault. None of you not getting the UBN job is really not her fault.
It isn't her fault. I guess I don't I feel Mia.
Yeah,
Y'all
by
been playing me
all
so
means.
long. I just don't see I think that is actually the conversation that they're probably having. It's cool when you do it. It's a problem when I do it. Right?
Fair, fair.
And I think that's the way. And I think what's no one likes when you gloat in victory.
Hmm.
Right? That's the thing. I'm
Yeah.
not saying you have to be humble in victory because you
Mm.
earned your victory. But nobody likes when you gloat and you rub it in their face. Because once you do that, as soon as I get the opportunity, I'm gonna reverse those tables. Now, the thing to remember, I think, is Mia didn't even want to be here.
Mhm.
I think that's the most important factor. So, Rachel, I'm 100% with you if Mia was actively trying to get back in the door on her own accord. Then
Mhm.
I say, all right, Mia, play nice, play the game, whatever the case is. You're not going to get anywhere by going this route. Mia wanted to go to the black media
For
company.
sure.
Alex blocked that. So, okay, then you want to block what I got going on? I'm going to make your life very, very difficult, or at least a
Okay.
little bit uncomfortable. And I think maybe that's what she's looking at it. Like, um I'm tired of sitting here and just being told good job,
Mhm.
on to the next thing. Like I have a little bit of power. I want to see what that feels like. I want to throw it around. So yeah, I wouldn't go about it that way if I was Mia. Like I
Mhm.
personally wouldn't, but I also wouldn't blame her. Like if I was Mia's homeboy and she was telling me, I'm like, yo, be careful. Like just be careful how you moving. Like because this is new and you still ain't got it all like that. Like
I'm
just
just
make sure you
worried.
got all
Mhm.
your T's crossed, all your I's dotted.
Yeah. I'm just worried. These are very powerful people, all of them. Like,
Yeah,
I don't want them to black SUV Mia,
straight up.
which is not
And
above any of them.
here's the one thing that you are kind of getting to.
Mhm.
These people are powerful to the point where you either end your career here or you won't have a career anywhere else.
Correct.
Unless you will be so far. Remember when Chip was at like some random upstate New York
Mhm.
producer? I think in season 2, you'll be
Mhm.
somewhere like that.
You be doing
Nobody
that.
will ever hear or hear you know of you again.
Mhm.
You'll
Mhm.
be in Des Moines, Iowa.
On channel 2.
Yeah, like stop playing with us.
Yeah.
So that is the danger. Like once you hear. So you better play nice. So we're gonna predict how everything goes for you moving forward. Okay. Now we can get to Yanko Bradley, Claire of it all.
Claire shows up on Yanko's door. Unexpected.
Rocks at the window.
Huh?
Rocks at the window. Like I didn't even know you outside.
Our signal. I'm here. She comes in off the street. We learn that her crash pad has been tossed. People have been arrested. The FBI is everywhere. He begins to harbor the fugitive. And again, we know that he is in a relationship. Oh, this poor woman has no idea what's actually going on. But then here comes the Bradley of it all. Bradley is also looking for Claire. because Bradley is also, well, not also, but she's in cahoots with the FBI because they are the only ones keeping her out of jail. We learned that Bradley had previously lied to the FBI in regards to Claire. And so she, at the sacred desk, quote unquote, with Yanko, covers the mic and asks, have you seen her? Have you heard from her? I'm worried about her. Gives him a little bit of the
Mm-hmm.
story, but not enough, not the truth, not the full truth. Yanko, he gets back to the house. He's taking care of Claire, who probably hasn't had a good night's sleep, and who knows how long. Hasn't had a bath. He
Mm-hmm.
makes her something to eat, a meal that he used to make when they were in this secret dwelling.
Mm. That line was so. I know it's a small throwaway line, but it shows so much about how much Yanko cared.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I still remember how you liked your eggs. Like, that's such a small, intimate detail.
For sure.
Like, I still fuck with you. I remember exactly how you like your shit.
He
And it's
loved
been
her.
years. Absolutely.
He loved her. And I think, not necessarily I think, but if she wasn't adamant about keeping their love a secret, he wouldn't have, you know, would have
He was ready.
shared it from the rooftops.
He was
So,
ready. Like,
and
it breaks my heart. It doesn't break my heart really, but I do feel bad for Yanko when he's telling her like, I couldn't tell my family about you.
yeah,
Like, we never went on a real date.
yeah,
Like Yanko, it made me think of the scene when they finally were finished with HR,
hmm
were able to be in public. He booked this reservation at this really nice restaurant, and she comes just to break up with them
crazy.
before they even get in.
hmm
And it makes me think about, yo, Yanko really was fucking with you.
He,
And even the thought of you being in town is making him slow down his proposal
hmm
so he can make sure this is exactly what it is that he wants to do.
yeah,
So that's a lot of power. And Yanko doesn't tell Bradley on the phone, but she comes over to see Claire to her surprise. And she's like,
hmm
what the fuck is going on here? Because
yeah,
once again, no one knows that you're blowing up the spot for me.
hmm hmm
I know where you are, and now I have some kind of like I'm being threatened with jail time.
yeah,
One of the realest shit that training day. You want to go to jail or you want to go home? If that ain't if that's not one of the realest bars ever,
baby.
because when those are really your two options, there's nobody that's gonna say, yeah, take me to jail.
I'm going home.
Going home.
I did not do this.
I'm going home. And the one thing I will say, you can tell Bradley was really wrestling with the idea. Like, oh, bro, like, please, like, why did you bring me here? Even at the end, which we'll get to, when she's at the station, like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Y'all have no idea. Now, let me ask you this:
Yeah.
um, at what point should have Bradley said something to somebody? Like, look, y'all. Like, I know y'all might be wondering why I'm so against this. Here's what's really going on between us, nigga. Feds did a sweep, and I'm out on bail. Like, I'm not even supposed to. Like, I'm here on their good order. Anything that seems suspicious, I'm supposed to report legally right now because I'm in this room. I should be telling on Claire. You can't go on air. You can't do none of this. Like, you can't. I can't be involved in this.
Can't.
Why not? Why can't she say something?
To them, because now they have the leverage over her.
To do what?
To report her to save herself, to stay in the country.
To report Bradley?
Bradley,
To
yeah.
tell them like, oh, Bradley knew this, but she ain't say nothing?
Bradley knew, Bradley's involved. Remember, the FBI told her, keep your nose out of trouble. Bradley hasn't been involved with this, not since the jump, but for quite some time. You've been in communication with Claire. You've been lying to the FBI up to this point. If I tell you, I can go and save my own ass to some degree.
Yeah, okay.
You don't get no leverage on me, baby. I'm not going.
That's fair.
I'm not
Yeah,
going.
that's
Now,
one of
can
those
I
things
say
you gotta.
something to Alex? Yes. because you can't talk to Corey no more. She could have said something to Alex, but you can't confess to Yanko and you can't confess to Claire.
That's just, even if it means like, hey, maybe even something as simple as, hey, if she don't get out of here, she's going to jail. I
She
can't
said,
go any further than that, but she's going to jail.
yeah, she said that.
He said it, but not in a way to make them know that this is I'm not playing. Like, this is for real. Because they all thinking like, how is she gonna go to jail? Who knows she here? Who gonna say
You
something?
only got to tell me once. Oh, I could go to jail. Bye. See you. If I
Especially when,
hold the feds looking for me.
well, especially when you have, all right, so yes, very great point. But I also have evidence that's going to show the innocence.
Get on that plane, ship the evidence to Yanko, let his ass read it out loud.
Mm, fair enough. Fair
I'm not-
enough. Before we get into like the end of the episode and that whole thing, I do want to flash back a little bit to Yanko and Claire
Mhm.
as Claire is taking her bath.
Mhm.
Um, this was the moment when I knew that Yanko was gonna propose to his girl. Because remember, she had dropped by, like did the
Yeah.
random drop by,
If you
and it
don't
was
want
pretty,
this,
pretty much just like, nigga, like, what's
read
going
it.
on?
Mhm.
Yeah, where you been? Why haven't you proposed? I don't need the song and dance, but if you don't want this, don't do it. I'm not. I don't want the whole IG special. Like, I don't
Mhm.
want to post this to look important to people when it ain't really real. So think about it. Let me know. And when he was talking about, when Claire asked her to tell her about her, he talked about like she gets along with my family. Um, you know, she likes my jokes. Like, we kind of get each other. That was kind of, and it was the way he was talking about it. She's funny. Um, you can't always tell this joke with her, but then she'll smile. And it was just the way his face looked. And he smiled, and Claire realized it too. Like, oh, he loves this woman.
Mhm.
And that was the moment I was like, okay, then I know that they really gonna end up together. But Claire also was on some like, come in. I don't want to speak through the door. I'm
Mhm.
scared. Yanko, I think, is a natural protector.
Yeah.
We saw him do that with Claire when the whole HR thing came about. Like, he didn't want Claire to catch any kind of fire. He
Mhm.
would wear all that on his shirt. We saw it with Stella. When
Yeah.
somebody came at Stella in the street, he defended her. Not
Mhm.
because him and Stella have this relationship. I just think that's who Yanko is.
Yeah.
Um, and it's just that tricky moment, man, when you have two former lovers, and they didn't cross any lines, but they crossed some lines. Like, they didn't do anything. They didn't take it as far as it could have gone.
Mhm.
And when you know all the information, I understand why Claire wanted to be held. I
Yeah.
understand why she was scared. I understand that Yanko was a place of peace for her and the only
For
person she can
sure.
trust in this entire city of 8 million people. You know what I mean? So I get that part of it. And I get that Yanko's not he's not going to take advantage of that.
For
He's
sure.
not going to try to take things further than what they need to. And he's going to respect his relationship in the process, even if he is disrespecting his relationship by not telling his girl that there's this random woman. Which also, y'all don't kick it like that. Like, you don't just be popping up in Yankos to know that this fugitive is just on his couch.
No.
Fair.
What am I
I
popping
mean, you about
for?
to propose. Like, you would just think that there'd be a little bit more access.
You
I
just
wouldn't think that you could hide something. Like, if I had a woman who I was dating to the point where she knows I'm going to propose to her, I just couldn't imagine hiding a woman for X amount of days and then never pop up. It never becomes something I need to hide from my girl.
they don't live together. It's
True.
his ex-girlfriend that he was in some shit with at work in regards to that relationship. He clearly was ducking and dodging her. This is a mature love. I'm not necessarily the pop up at your house, but I'm gonna come to your job where I know that you are.
Not even pop up like that. I just mean, just let's have a movie night. Let's have dinner at Joe's place tonight. Maybe he was just avoiding it and just telling her, "Oh, I can't tonight." I
Yeah.
don't know. That's just a lot. I don't know if my
It
conscience can
wasn't
live
a
with that.
week. It was a couple days.
That's still a lot. Like, niggas be talking to each other and seeing each other.
Yeah, I can talk to you. I can see you. Don't mean I'm gonna see you every single day.
Yeah, that's no, that yeah, that part I get it. I just, you know what, you're right. You're right.
Consider it's
Um,
3 days. And when it got weird, she came to his job. Like, hey, where you been? What's up? You having cold feet?
yeah, that's fair. And we later do see him propose and kind of give a really nice, you know, proposal speech, the whole nine. She's happy, she's ecstatic, pulls up on her outside the gym and just kind of like, I don't need to song and dance. I just want you. And we
For
see them
sure.
doing that. And then that leads us to the end of the episode where Bradley comes to talk to Yanko and she sees right away that Claire is here with I can't remember the other black producer, the one who like Bro's co-host. I don't know why I can't think of her name right now, but they
Elaine.
want to go on. No, it's not Elaine. That's not it. Either way, they want Claire to go on to tell her version. They told Ben that they have somebody from the group that's willing to talk, but they don't know it's Claire. So it's about to be a
Yeah.
surprise to everybody. And Bradley uses which makes sense. Like, listen, we report this. There's going to be a lot more people that are going to be sick. We're going to
Hmm.
cover this up and it's going to go away. And I told a federal agent that you were out of town. Like, I
Yeah.
lied to a federal agent. Like, nigga, I'm glad they said it. Like, nobody asked you to do that.
Yeah.
But I can't just let you do this. I can't just let you prove your innocence pretty much on air
Hmm.
and put me at risk, which is what she can't say.
Yeah.
Because if you go on air, I'm going to jail. And that's
For
just what it
sure.
comes down to. And as we said, Yanko's even telling the FBI's not going to arrest you. Like, what you talking about? Like, y'all
Y'all
don't
have
know what I know.
Yeah.
Y'all have no idea. So she leaves the room. Not too long after that,
Hmm.
there's the suite. Got clear ass up out of there
Sure
with
did.
Bradley looking sideways. Couldn't even look at her. Had to walk away.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yanko telling her,
Hey, I told you. I told you not to do this.
and she tried to call Alex. She tried to call Alex
Hmm. Hmm.
to get that advice. Like, yo, Alex, what do I do? Because we all have that person.
Yeah.
I called Rachel early today on some like, yo, what do I do? You get what I'm saying? We all have that person. Like, before I do anything, I want to talk to somebody.
For
I want to
sure.
talk to this individual and get some advice on what to do.
For
And
sure.
Alex,
And
numerous
so,
times, and I think they're trying to emphasize this with this exec hack you had. She
mhm.
didn't show up for Mia. She ain't there for Bradley. You can't play both.
Yeah, oh, that's a good point, but I'm gonna take it with the Mia. I'm not taking it with this Bradley shit. Cause one, Alex ain't want her ass back in the first place. Two, this is a random new emergency. This is not something planned on my calendar that I've been diverted from away from it for the business. But yeah, shout out to Yanko being able to sit at the desk that one last time and finish the news while being destroyed internally by Claire's arrest and telling
Mm-hmm.
Alex once it's done, I will never sit here with you again.
Never.
Never. And
And he
she's
meant that shit.
Yep. So what does that mean? Does that mean we get Chris back on the desk? Does that mean in the interim we get Bradley and Alex back together? Because who else is going to sit here and do this? Does this mean maybe we get Bro on the morning show? Because Yanko ain't doing it. Not with
Bro,
Bradley.
the worst.
Bro and Brad.
Well, it's funny because um my first thought went to what is Yanko going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not the big fish. Like, that's
Mm-hmm.
Bradley. What's Yanko going to be doing? Like, is he willing to
Go back to random segments.
is he willing to leave? You know what I mean? Is he willing to do something completely else? Willing to work weekends? I don't know how far his anger extends. And should I have to sabotage my career or like should I have to stunt the growth of what I'm doing in order to I just don't want you to win. You did some fuck shit and you still gonna win. Like if
Yeah.
I leave, you win. Like I don't know how that's gonna play out. I don't know if Yanko is the first one through the door to tell the execs like, yo, this is what Bradley did. I can't work with her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. That's the interesting point of this. But I do know Bradley is, excuse me, I do know Yanko was serious
Yeah.
when he
Oh,
says, I'll never sit to you again.
for
And
sure.
even more than that, I want to know how Bradley's going to bounce back. Like, how much of this is she going to take? I think we get a confession from Bradley, maybe to everyone,
Mm-hmm.
about what really happened. I just think that she can't continue to walk around with this weight on her shoulders. Um, I can't see. I mean, it's the morning show, right? You can't not have Reese Witherspoon on.
Correct.
So I couldn't imagine her not being a part of it. I can't see her resigning or doing something like that. And if they do, I think they do the whole song and dance of, oh yeah, Bradley's going, but let's bring her back, like they did at the beginning of this season. So
You can't. You can't
yeah,
do
you
this.
can't do that. Then your show becomes stale and repetitive, and it's time to wrap it up. We know there's a season 5, so I don't know how this works out. Maybe Bradley is turned full heel. Like fuck it, I did it. Y'all don't know what I had to go up against.
I hope so. I hope that is what she does, because you can't cry about it. You can't cower about it now. It's done. And I'm not going to fucking jail.
Hey man, I'm not going to jail.
Especially not behind you. If I ain't go behind my brother, I'm definitely not going behind you. Are you crazy?
That is a very fair point. I can't say anything else about that. That is a very fair point. And yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Anything else? Anything else that we missed that you want to touch on?
Nope. I'm excited for what's to come. Couple more
Mm-hmm.
episodes left in the pipeline of season 4 of the morning show. Thank you all for your patience while we took a quick unexpected break. Um, thank you for watching, listening, liking, subscribing. Whatever comments, please share them. Thank you all so much. See you guys next time.
We out. Peace.
Bye.